Can y'all hear me now? I'm sorry, no sound. Sorry. Can y'all hear me now? Good morning. Good morning. Hello, YouTube land. Are they insured? Yeah, they insured. I just gotta put in that damn thing. Yes, we can hear you. Oh, I'm talking about in YouTube, y'all. I have YouTube and TikTok going at the same time. If y'all can see my recap video, please let me know. Please let me know if you can see my recap video. Sorry, I've been a little hungry. I haven't eaten this morning. Want me to send it back to you? Send me back to what? I don't need nothing from you, sir. All right. Let's get this shit popping. So, last week, as we knew of, the big, beautiful bill did not pass the House Budget Committee. Well, the Republicans said that the debt ceiling was way too high and it was adding too much to our debt. That $5 trillion is not going to work. It needs to come down. Democrats said there's no way in hell we're going to approve this with the spending of cuts when it came to Medicaid, SNAP, and Social Security and Medicare. Now, as of last night or early this morning, the bill did pass. It passed. Now, it barely passed by one vote. One vote. It does not mean that it's permanent. They still have to make cuts and adjustments. They still have to make cuts and adjustments, so it's not finished yet. They still have to make adjustments. So let's just pray that they don't, they get rid of everything that has to do with Social Security, Medicaid, and SNAP. I'm sorry, it passed. Trump sent the message out talking about y'all need to get it done. Y'all need to move it. So they moved it. Okay. I don't care about you being a billionaire. I don't give a shit. I don't care about you being a billionaire. Sir, what does you being a billionaire have to do with me? Do you want a cookie? Y'all want give the billionaire in a group chat on live. If I was a billionaire, I would not be on fucking TikTok. I'd be living my best life. Go get you a couple of young chicks. Okay? Go get you a couple of snow bunnies. Okay? Just don't knock up any of them, because then your billionaires is going to be nothing. Okay? Baby, I'm the wrong person. I don't run off money. I have too much fucking pride. You sound stupid. I would not be on here if I was a millionaire. Yes, it passed. The House passed the budget bill. Hey, simply, they passed the budget bill, but it's not done yet. It has to be voted on in the House and the Senate. We still got time to get shit fixed, okay? So don't freak out. Birthright citizenship is still in Supreme Court. They're weighing their options on birthright citizenship. And I'm going to tell you right now, if this birthright citizenship is passed and every person that is under birthright citizenship right now becomes an illegal immigrant, that'll be 1.1 million people in America. 1.1 million people will officially become immigrants. That is 1.1 million people that actually work here, pay taxes, contribute to society. It will fuck up our economy immensely. It will not add to our economy. It will fuck up our economy immensely. Okay? I'm not a red bone. I'm brown skinned. God damn, I have an orange undertone. And I'm going to be real. The 10 largest immigrant groups residing in the U.S. right now as of 2023, Mexico has 10.9 million people here. Then there's India with 2.9, China 2.19, Philippines, El Salvador, Cuba, Vietnam, Dominican Republic, Guatemala, and Colombia. You hear that there's no African countries on here, right? Not one African country on this bitch is in here that goddamn big. But the Homeland Security, and the administration went on TV and said that the people that actually need to be saved are not people in Congo, not the people of Sudan that need to be seeking asylum, not the people in Haiti that need to be seeking asylum. It is only the Afrikaners that need to be able to get asylum here in America. So as long as you're white, you will be able to get asylum here. But no other country, nobody in real harm, nobody going through real G-side is allowed to seek asylum here. Nobody. And the way she touted it was that the Afrikaners are going through a G-side because their land is being taken away from them. That's how she touted it. Let me make something very clear. Afrikaners, white South Africans are not going through a G-side. They're not going through anything. What is happening is the land that they stole, that their ancestors stole, that their ancestors came, invaded, and took over. They stole that land from real South Africans that are darker than me, baby, okay? They stole that land. And now that land is now being distributed upon South Africans that actually been born there, that their whole life is there, that their ancestors have been there since that place was deemed South Africa. Okay, I'm just making that very clear to y'all. There is no G-side going on. That was fake. That is something Elon made up because Elon is pissed because South Africa would not allow him to put Starlink in their country. Their country, not his, their country. That is something that is made up because Frumpy wants to add pressure to African countries so that Starlink can be pushed into their countries so they can have access to their fucking information. It's not about helping anybody, okay? It is not about helping South Africa. Once Starlink is put into South Africa, Trump and Elon now has access to all their information. That's it. It's all about gaining information. And that is not something I personally would agree to. I wouldn't allow that shit to go down. I would say no. Those 147 bills that were passed to keep him out, I don't give a fuck. Be mad. Because let me make something very clear. White Afrikaners make up 7% of South Africa, yet they own 70% of the land. 70% of the land, okay? Now, Black South Africans, the real South Africans, the natives of that land since the beginning of time, they only own 4% of the land. 4%. They make up 80% of the fucking population and they only own 4% of the land. I think it's time to start redistributing that shit. The other 26%, believe it or not, goes to Asians and non-black people. Asians even have more land than black people in their own fucking country. Asians have more land. How is that possible? I don't know. Thank you. The math ain't mathing. The math is not mathing. And therefore, South African president and the government is now redistributing that land that was stolen from their country and taken by white invaders, colonists, colonizers, however you want to put it, and they're giving it back to the people it's supposed to be at. That's just what it is. And so now that that's happening, the lie has been told that they're going through a G-side. No, they're not. Their shit is just being redistributed where it's supposed to go. And if you are not okay with that and you feel some type of way, oh, well, I don't give a shit. It's time for Africa to start standing up and taking their shit back from every last one of y'all. Every last one of y'all. And speaking of getting their shit together, because baby, I love when I hear good news. Burkina Faso, the president Ibrahim, they have now arrested every last terrorista in the country that's been coming after him. Over 100 of them have been arrested, and they got the leader. And yes, they are running from the Ivory Coast because the Ivory Coast is in cahoots with America and France to try to get Burkina Faso to give them that land back for the gold mines. They finally got their asses. They finally got them. And I'm excited about it. Put them in check. Put them in check and get their asses together. And more great news in Africa. Morocco is building the largest hospital in Africa, costing $600 million. That is shit that they need. A big ass hospital. I approve of that message. I definitely approve of that message. Hey Vontae, let's keep with the good shit. I'm gonna keep giving y'all good news, and then I'm gonna give y'all some more shitty shit. I gotta give y'all. I'm trying to give y'all good and bad at the same time, because there is a lot of bad. One more place in Africa that's doing great. Actually, there's two more places in Africa that's doing great. Ghana has become the world's best performing currency after appreciating 16% against the dollar since April. They have beat out the US dollar. They have beat out the US dollar. The Guyana cedi has been declared the world's best performing currency. According to Bloomberg, that's in America, Bloomberg, it appreciated by nearly 16% against the US dollar since the beginning of April, nearly in 2025, reaching an exchange rate of $13.04. Hey, get your paper. Like, get it. Go off, Ghana. And there's one more good news out of Africa before I start giving y'all some more shitty shit. Uganda. Uganda has discovered a gold deposit worth more than $12 trillion. Igniting economic hope for them. Igniting economic hope. That is amazing. And they get to keep it all for their country. They don't have to give that shit to nobody else. Africa is about to start shitting on everybody. Africa is about to start shitting on everybody. I love it. It is about time, okay? I love to see the country, the continent that everybody has absorbed and used and stole from, bodies, minerals, land. I love to see them reclaiming that shit. The world has stolen from Africa minerals, land, people. It is time for them to reclaim everything back. It is time for them to get everything. Africa is supposed to be leading in this world. Oh, that's a big ass lizard. They're supposed to be leading in this world. And now the tides are turning. Now the tides are turning. Everybody is feeling that shit. From America to France to China. That's why everybody's trying to make deals now. Russia trying to make deals. North Korea trying to make deals. China's trying to make deals because they've realized the one thing they've never hoped would happen, that Africa has realized their potential and their stake in this world. They have realized that they are the giver of life. You need them in order to survive. Take over. No, the lizard's not in the house. It's on my window. Take the fuck over. I love it. Africa is everything. And if you don't believe that, then you're one of them. And we already know how y'all feel about everybody. Y'all don't like anybody but yourselves. And we just need to put y'all on an island by yourselves and let y'all take each other out. Just do that. Another part of good news. Reagan Prater has been arrested and charged with arson in connecting of the 2019 fire at the Highlander Research and Education Center, a historic Tennessee hub for civil rights organizing. So that's where Rosa Parks was trained. They finally arrested him. They finally arrested him. Y'all like destroying our shit. Okay. And we all know what happened to Nottoway Plantation. Nottoway Plantation burned the fuck down this weekend. Ancestors at work, amen. I wish it would have burned everything down. I wish the whole damn thing would have went up in flames. Because the way they've got that damn website set up for weddings, they don't mention not one damn thing about the slavery. They have a list of all the children that were born there. All their children have trees planted there. They list the cabins. They're cabins that have one or two people in it. Those were slave quarters. Those are not cabins. Those are slave quarters, okay? It is crazy how they did not mention any of that shit in their website. I'm happy it burned down, and I hope they're never able to restore it. That is the last antebellum plantation home. And it didn't just house 100 slaves. It had over 400 slaves, okay? 400 of my ancestors were put there. And we don't know how many we lost. We don't know how many were gone on that plantation. Okay, let's just be real clear. I am happy, Shane. I'm happy. You can call me racist all you want. I'm very happy it burned down. I hope everything that y'all ever done wrong in this country, wrong in this world, burns down. I sure do. Burn it to the ground. Yup, you're right, Emmy. Burn it to the ground. I hope so. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. Back to horrible news. So, remember when I told y'all that the Homeland Immigration and shit was thinking about doing a actual TV show for illegal immigrants to battle it out to get legal status in America? Well, it's true. It's true. They're looking at Duck Dynasty's producer to come up with this game. Are we a Hunger Games for illegal immigrants? What the? Oh my God, that shit is so fucking wrong, bro. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. Now, Trump is making this a game. It's now a game for people's lives. And they're going to be, and I'm not going to lie, if this show does take off, which I hope somebody files a lawsuit, if this does happen, there are going to be a lot of immigrants that will do this shit because they want to be here so bad. They are going to humiliate themselves. They're going to humiliate themselves just to get citizenship into a fucking country that doesn't even want them. Jay, what is wrong with you? Come here. Come here, Emmy. Come here, baby. I'm not gonna watch that shit either. That is so degrading. That is dehumanizing. That is dehumanizing. Making that a game show, that is dehumanizing, and that's not fucking reparations either. Y'all, there are a lot of racists over in YouTube land. They sit in their mother's basements and they just wait for somebody to come online. It is sickening. It's degrading. It has to be against the law. It has to be against the law. But speaking of against the law, the Supreme Court struck down Frumpy. The Supreme Court said that no, you cannot use the Illegal Aliens Act to deport people anymore. You cannot do that, which also gave judges the right to strike him down in any area from any level. Remember, I keep saying this for the people who love MAGA that aren't educated. There's something called checks and balances. Okay, I'm going to keep explaining that to you. We've got the executive branch, which is Frumpy and his administration. We've got the judicial branch. That's all of the judges and the lawyers and stuff. Then we got legislation. That is Congress. Everybody checks everybody's ass, so no one steps out of line. Frumpy wanted to get rid of the judicial so he could do whatever he wanted. It don't work like that, buddy. And the Supreme Court knew that if they gave him this power, the Supreme Court would be next. They know that shit. They know they would be next if they allowed this to go through. They knew they would be next. And so they did not allow that shit to happen. And that was smart. Whether you're a MAGA lover or not, giving this man no kind of barrier to what he can do is dangerous to democracy. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. And if you don't believe it's dangerous, it's going to be you next. It is definitely going to be you next. So you may want to pipe down. Like y'all MAGA lovers or something else. Y'all are definitely a cult. No, I don't think they're a cult anymore, y'all. I'm not going to call them a cult no more. They are actually a religion. It is a religion. It can't be a cult because some people in cults, they wake up eventually. They wake up. They're a religion. It is definitely a religion. It's not a cult anymore. It's a religion. I know that sounds crazy, but that is just what it is. Former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with aggressive cancer. Kamala Harris sent out her condolences. Trump sent out his condolences. Then, because MAGA, this is how smart your president is. Then this man said, why didn't Jill Biden catch this? She couldn't catch this. Dr. Jill Biden couldn't catch this. Obama did too. Dr. Jill Biden has a doctorate in education, not medicine, you idiot. She has a degree in education, not medicine. This is how smart your president is. She's a doctor of education, school. She's a teacher. She's not a doctor of medicine. She's not a physician. Like, that's how smart y'all president is. That's how smart y'all president is. He is so fucking embarrassing, y'all. He is so embarrassing. Oh my God. That man is I would be embarrassed to put that shit out there. I was like, did he just say that shit? But it gets worse. It gets worse. So now, Frumpy wants to fact check all of Biden's pardons so he could avoid them because Biden used auto pen. Now he's still trying to void Biden's pardons because he wants to go after January 6th committee. He wants the January 6th committee so damn bad. He wants them at any point. He is looking for every way to get them. Because if he can void Biden's pardons, he can now hang everybody out to dry when it comes to January 6th. Biden made sure that he saved them. Also, he wants to go after Hunter as well. That's some nasty work. But that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get his lick back. And it's stupid because he's actually guilty. He's actually guilty. And on top of that, now he wants to award. Him and Mike Johnson wants to give a plaque to the January 6th officers who lost their lives during January 6th's MAGA raid on Congress. He wants to give them a plaque. You know what the head man said that y'all can do with that plaque? The head police officer, the white guy that's been speaking this whole time. You know what he told Trump and Mike Johnson what he could do with that damn plaque? He said, y'all can shove it up y'all. Yep. Y'all can shove that plaque up your, because y'all pardon all the January 6ers, rioters, domestic terrorists. He pardoned all of those people that cost those police officers their lives. And now you want to give them a plaque? Then y'all making the government pay for the girl that broke that window trying to get into the committee. And she got taken out, as she should have. Yes, I'm going to say that. She should have been taken out. She broke the law. She broke into Congress, and then she tried to get to the representatives who were trying to certify the election. She deserved to be taken out. And now y'all making us pay for her family. We have to pay for that. We have to pay her family money. If I have any mods in here, can y'all get that girl out of here? Y'all already know who I'm talking about. The one that be talking about watch my videos. Can y'all get her out of here, please? And thank you. I appreciate it. So that's going on. So the pardons that Joe Biden, I'm not going to say what they said, to unselect committee of political thugs, what the hell, and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and no further force effective, because the fact that they're done by autopin. Yeah, this was Trump's shit. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that ain't happening, because if that's the case, then every other president's pardons will come into question. Every other president's pardons will go into question. I am sad that Joe Biden is going through this and he's now deteriorating. We need to put him in our prayers. MAGA, we know y'all not going to pray for him, but everybody else that has sensibility and a heart, pray for him. I also want y'all to keep in mind that Abrego Garcia still is not here. We must remember that. Abrego Garcia is still not back. And that is vital and that is important. He needs to be brought back home. Like so many other people that were sent to El Salvador unlawfully. Unlawfully. That's just, I just want to keep y'all out there remembering that this man is still not back with his family. So India lies, I mean, not India, Trump lies on India. Trump lied on India and India called him out. So Trump said that India was willing to drop their tariffs completely on the U.S. India was willing to drop their tariffs completely on the U.S. And India said, no, bitch, we did not say that. India said, you got me messed up because I did not say that. I did not say that. U.S. President Trump claims that India has offered to drop all tariffs on goods imported from the U.S., imported from his country, has been swiftly disputed by India. In the statement to local agencies, India's foreign minister, I cannot pronounce this name and I don't want to mess it up. It's called I don't want to disrespect nobody's messed somebody's name up. But the U.S. foreign minister countered the claim, saying talks are still going on and nothing is decided till everything is. Okay, the statement is in stark contrast to the comments by Trump to reporters earlier in the day when he declared that India had offered us a deal and basically they were willing to literally charge us no tariffs. India said, we ain't negotiating no fucking trade agreement. And now, especially now that Apple is getting ready to move their factories to India. Apple is getting ready to move their factories to India, and Frumpy's not happy about that shit. They're moving them from China to India. So, what are we really talking about here? I ain't heard not one damn country agree yet on these tariffs, except for the UK. And that's because the UK gets to ship their Bentleys and shit here. That's because the UK got something free, which put US car makers here in trouble because they get most of their parts from Canada and Mexico, and they do more of their factory dealings in Canada and Mexico. So it fucked them up royally. I don't know how that's supposed to work out, but go off, Trump. Go off, Trump. We're gonna go to some bad stuff. So Israel struck out the last hospital in Gaza. Israel struck down the last hospital in Gaza. The last functioning hospital has been taken out. They don't have anything else. They're on the brink of famine. And they're on the brink of famine. The unaliving toll has surpassed 53,000. The unaliving toll has surpassed 53,000. I need to bring this article up for y'all so I can read it to y'all. Hold on, y'all. So on top of that, Trump plans on working on moving 1 million Palestinians to Libya. He wants to move 1 million Palestinians to Libya. They're working on that as we speak. They literally just BOMB ED a place in Gaza and unalived 100 people as of last night. They're actually leveling out section by section of Gaza. Gaza's being leveled out. Like, you know how when they build construction sites, they have to level the ground? That is what they're doing section by section. They'll take a place out and then tell everybody to move after they've taken lives. They'll take a place out, tell everybody to move after they've taken the lives there. They're leveling it out so it's not inhabitable, so no one can live there. So now they have the excuse of putting Palestinians off their land indefinitely. Indefinitely. Details are murky, but no final agreement has been reached. But a plan is under serious enough consideration that the administration has discussed it with Libyan leadership. So the plan is Libyan leadership. In exchange for resettling Palestinians, the administration would potentially release Libya's billions of dollars of funds that the U.S. froze more than a decade ago. Fair trade. I get billions of my dollars back, and all I have to do is take some refugees in, and not knowing how those people are going to be treated. Not knowing if they're going to become slaves, indentured servants, because that still happens now. That still happens now. The State Department and the National Security Council did not respond to multiple requests for a comment before this article was published. After publication, a spokesperson told NBC News that the reports are untrue. You could have said that shit a long time ago. What, you think they weren't going to run it? So the situation on the ground is untenable for such a plan. Such a plan was not discussed and makes no sense, the spokesperson said. A senior Hamas official said that Hamas, the U.S. designated TS group, because the U.S. did help create that bad boy right along with Israel, has run Gaza, was not aware of any discussions about moving Palestinians to Libya. Palestinians are rooted in their homeland. I keep telling y'all that is their homeland. Israel took part of their land. I think a lot of y'all forget that. Israel took Palestinians' land after they were moved from Germany after the Holocaust. They had to be resettled somewhere. They pushed Palestinians off their land to give land to Israel. And then America provided Israel with the money to sustain themselves so they could be a stronghold in the Middle East, so America could have power. Israel's land is actually Gaza's land. That is the Palestinian land. And moving the U.S. Embassy out of Palestine, out of Gaza, and into Israel made it worse. Made it worse. Israel is a made-up country. Thank you, Emmy. Israel is a made-up country. Israel is younger than Gaza. It's the baby. It's younger than the United States. And they're richer than Gaza and Palestine. Come here, baby. They're richer than Gaza and Palestine. Make it make sense. God's children are actually being moved off their homeland. Yes, that's where Jesus was born, in Palestine, in Gaza. For all we know, Jesus is Palestine. Let's see how many people I can piss off now. For all we know, Jesus is a Palestinian. They want that land because they want to claim that Jesus was an Israelite. Jesus was not an Israelite. Jesus was a Palestinian. He was not an Israelite. No matter how much I want to put those books, Jesus wasn't white. He was probably my complexion or darker. There's no way you can survive in that area without getting black as, okay? You cannot survive in Africa during the BC times and the AD times and not be darker than me. Somebody get that lady out of my room again. I know y'all hate that. I know y'all hate the truth. It's okay. The truth sucks sometimes. It does hurt. But the picture y'all worship with the blue eyes and the blonde hair is actually a gay man. And the gay lover actually painted that picture. Hair of wool. Hair of wool. Feet of what? Feet of what? Y'all don't walk around with wool hair. I'm sorry, it's true. Hair of wool, feet of clay. Okay? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? This is why I don't subject myself to that Bible or most of its teachings, because baby, y'all got it all messed up. But God said those who are last shall be first, and those who are first shall be last. So when y'all actually make it to those gates, prepare to press that elevator going down. I'm a true believer of this, and y'all can take this to the grave. They say hell is on earth. These are our gatekeepers. Not all of them, but a lot of them are our gatekeepers. We have to pass them in order to get to heaven. We have to pass them in order to get to heaven. Just sit there and think about it. Who's created most of the destruction in this world, invaded most areas, most places in this world, have actually changed the races and everything. We don't even know what real Australians look like because they've invaded them so much. Hawaii cannot even live. The natives of Hawaii cannot even live in their own land anymore because of them. America was invaded, destroyed. Native Americans don't have their land. Mexicans don't have their land. Haitians don't have their land. Every time they touch someone's soil, it is destroyed, invaded, is diseased. It's over. This is just facts. And this is the history they want to erase. They don't want people to know how destructive they are. They don't want people to know that they are actually the savages in this world. Savages can wear suits. Savages can wear suits. To be a savage, you don't have to look a certain way. Savagery is a mind. It's a mind. It's the way you think. It's the way you move. It's how you treat people. Savagery has nothing to do with the way you look. It is your mindset. And y'all mindset has always been colonialize, destroy, take, unalive, invade, grape, steal, conquer. Y'all will even fix y'all. I've seen this on British TV. They will fix their mouths and say, oh, invading Africa was a good thing. We taught them English. They had nothing. They had no culture. They had culture. They had practices, they had teaching, they actually watched their ass. They had all of that before y'all came. Y'all just felt like they should speak English because you spoke English. Every culture in this world had something before y'all came and decided that y'all were better. Every culture had something. Actually, they had more practices, more respect for the land, more love for their people. They had more traditions than y'all ever will have. And y'all destroyed it just so y'all could spread. Okay, I'm gonna get off my little soapbox. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it has to be said. Sometimes it has to be said. It has to. And I'm saying it in the most polite way. I could say it in a harsher way, but I'll probably lose my life. So I'm just gonna say it that way. Y'all are our hell on earth. Y'all are our gatekeepers to heaven. And one day, every race will come together, every culture will come together and realize that it's only 7% of y'all in this world. Y'all only make up 77% of this world. One day it's going to snap. And we're going to realize that y'all only make 7% of this world. And the ones that are with us are going to be with us, but the ones that ain't going to be gone. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. One day we will all come together and it'll be over. One day. And the ones that stand with us, that are on our side, y'all cool. But the other ones gonna have to go. The other one's gonna have to go. Okay. Let's go back to the news. So we know the massive tornado hit in St. Louis. I am sorry to St. Louis. That town was destroyed. It was destroyed. That St. Louis town was destroyed. And the fact of the matter is the only FEMA station that was there has been gutted by Doge. It is Doge's fault that those people will not be able to recover. It is Doge's fault that those people will not be able to recover. They didn't even get a warning. Thank you. They got no warning because they have no FEMA station. They have no kind of people tracking this shit anymore because Doge cut them. In the beginning of hurricane and tornado season, no one is tracking this shit. What? It is demolished. And they could have gotten a warning. People could have been saved. They could have known what was coming. They could have prepared. How can you prepare if no one's actually working there anymore to prepare you, to warn you, to sound off the alarm? Because Doge cut it because they said it wasn't good. They said that was wasteful spending. Saving American lives is wasteful spending. Saving homes is wasteful spending. That is insane. That is insane. But this is the government that we're dealing with right now. This is what we're dealing with. On top of that, Gavin Newsom, come to the motherfucking front because I cannot believe I read this. I cannot believe I read this headline. So California has agreed. Let me make sure I'm reading this right, because this one kind of had me up in a little, what the fuck are we? What the fuck? Because every time I see Gavin, it's like I get happy and then I get sad again, and then I get happy and then I get sad again. I don't know what's going on with this man. I don't know if he's trying to run for president. I don't know what he's doing, but he's pissing Californians off. He is pissing Californians off, and it makes no sense. California approved State Farm's 17% increase in homeowners insurance and 15% increase in renters insurance. Didn't y'all just go through the biggest wildfire ever? Didn't y'all just go through the biggest wildfire ever? And now you're going to increase their insurance rates? Bruh. This decision affects approximately 1 million policyholders in statewide. The rate hike follows a series of devastating wildfires that have significantly impacted the insurer's financial stability. While State Farm initially saw a 22% increase, that the approved 17% hike comes with conditions, including $400 million capital infusion for its parent company and a pause on policy cancellations through the end of the year. So come next year, everybody's shit going up. And people have not even begun to rebuild their homes yet. Some people have just been able to go into those places again. And FEMA is no longer there to help. There is no help for nobody. No help. No help whatsoever. But they just keep slicing people's shit over and over and over again. So Frumpy announced earlier last week that he signed an executive order that claims he will be forcing big pharma to lower prescription prices. We already know Biden did that during his administration. Trump cut that executive order, and then he wanted to put his own executive order in. So they're going to match Americans to match the prices paid in other countries. So Trump is blaming other countries for the high prices that we have in America, instead of blaming big pharma, who actually sets the prices in this country. So in the view of many experts of dubious legality, the order is framed around the absurd premises that high prices stem from the U.S. subsidizing a bunch of freeloader countries around the world. In truth, we pay more because we subsidize corporate monopolies, including big pharma and pharmacy benefit managers, PBM, that drive up the prices at home. Trump's order criticizes manufacturers. It would tolerate continued profiteering and price gouging from big pharma. I don't think this is going to go over well. I don't think it's going to go over well, honestly. I just don't. But we're gonna watch how this works in his favor or not. Now, here is some good news. We are no longer in a recession area for the next 90 days. And I'm saying for the next 90 days because we do not have a clear tariff negotiation between China and United States. There is no tariff. There is no deal. We have no deal. We just have a 90-day pause. We have a 90-day pause. Stank, you cannot lay like this. You have to lay this way so you can breathe. That makes no sense. Yeah, we have a 90-day pause. But the bad problem is we've lost our last good credit standing in the world. We've lost our last big credit standing. Like, I had to ask about this, but our credit is fucked up. The U.S. as a whole. The U.S. as a whole. The U.S. credit rating has downgraded for the first time in modern history. This comes as Republicans are prepared to add trillions to the debt ceiling to give more tax cuts to the billionaires. We can't catch a break here. But Trump tweeted in 2012, you get what you vote for. U.S. credit rating is about to be downgraded. That means when we ask for a loan from another country, they're going to look at our credit and be like, bitch, I don't trust you. I do not trust this. You're not getting no money from me. You're not getting no money here. You won't be getting none of our shit. How, Sway? How do we get to that point? We're going to go broke. We're already in debt. Nigeria got out of debt before we did. Nigeria got out of debt before we did. We're going to need a co-signer. Yep. We're going to need a co-signer. But we're going to do that parade. We're going to do that parade that's going to cost taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. We're going to do that parade in June. We're going to do that parade in June, though. Motherfucker. You can't make this shit up. It is impossible. You cannot make this shit up at all. Mike Pence said it was a bad idea for Frumpy to get that damn plane from Qatar. Now, here's the thing about that plane. Qatar was actually trying to sell that plane to someone. That plane has been sitting in storage. That's the reason they're giving the plane to Trump, because they don't need it anymore. It is taking up space. That's why it's going to cost us $1 million to fix up, because it's not a nice little plane. It's going to cost us $1 million in years to fix. By the time that plane is done, it's going to be at Trump's library. Yes, $1 billion. By the time that plane is completed, Trump will be out of office, God willing, or 7 feet under. I'm sorry. I just, one can only hope the Simpsons weren't lying. One can only hope the Simpsons were not lying, okay? Just give us a break, bruh. Just one break. That is all I ask for. Latinos, come to the front. We got to have a conversation. New polling shows that Trump is losing support with the Latino voters he won with in 24. The poll showed that 66% of Latino voters believe Trump's going too far and targeting the types of immigrants who strengthen our nation. Oh, y'all thought y'all was special. Y'all thought y'all was special. What did y'all expect? I'll wait. What did y'all think was going to happen? Y'all thought y'all was going to do a little dance for Trump? Y'all going to sing on the stage? Trump is the best. We love Trump. And he was going to exempt y'all? This is not class. You don't get an exemption, baby. He don't see y'all, okay? Like he told y'all during the election, y'all won. I just want your votes. I don't care about y'all. He said that to y'all, and y'all really thought y'all was special. Y'all thought that complexion was going to erase your race. Y'all really thought y'all complexion was going to erase your race. No, baby. Latinos, y'all messed up. Y'all messed up. And this is partially y'all fault. Y'all are also to blame. With the leftists and the pro-Palestinian movement, y'all are also to blame. And now y'all are actually getting what y'all voted for. And I know all of y'all didn't vote for it. I know y'all were divided. But maybe y'all should get together and have a conversation come midterms and figure out what the fuck y'all gonna do. Because y'all fucked yourselves up royally. Royally. Speaking of that, Maya Ayoni has gone on a hunger strike for Gaza. And she passed out on day 6 or day 7. She went on a hunger strike on her campus during graduation. Like, everybody's leaving the school. Can we say performative? Performative. That was performative as fuck, okay? What is a hunger strike going to do? You're only, like, baby, you wouldn't be hunger striking if you actually, voted during the election. If you would have voted, we would not be any of this. If you wouldn't have used your 2.3 million platform to tell your followers to sit on their hands during the election, don't vote for Kamala Harris, vote for Jill Stein, you wouldn't be going through a hunger strike. I'm laughing because it's laughable. You say you have no influence, Maya. You have no influence, but yet you're doing a hunger strike. So which is it? You said that you didn't tell anybody to vote for Trump, but if there's only 2 candidates, sweetheart, if there's only 2 candidates running for the fucking president of the United States, and you say don't vote for Kamala Harris, Where do you think the vote's gonna go? And yes, I'm gonna stay on that bitch neck. I don't care how sweet and how nice she claims she is. I don't care. I'm gonna stay on her neck. I'm gonna stay there. Because now all of a sudden you don't have no influence. You were Miss Podcast Girl, going to everybody's podcast, talking about Kamala Harris and Biden. And Kamala is just like Biden. And we shouldn't vote for her. We should sit on our hands and we should shake up the administration. How's that going out for you? How did shaking up the administration do for you, sweetheart? Now you're hungry sitting on grass. Now you're hungry sitting on grass. This is what shaking up the administration looks like, right? Instead of being anti-Black, being racist towards Black women, and telling us that we were wrong for standing behind Kamala, when if Kamala would have won, hypothetically speaking, if she would have won, sweetheart, we would have been on y'all's side, getting her ass to move and adding pressure to her to help Gaza and the Palestine. You would have still had our voice. But now you don't. So now you're hungry. Now you're doing a hunger strike. Ooh, now you have influence. You ain't have no influence during the election. You want to claim you did the numbers. I did the numbers, sweetheart. And even if we wouldn't have won, we didn't have anything to do with her losing. Bitch, please. You can play that game with the ones that look like you, but you're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling nobody. Go on a hunger strike. Go on a water strike. Go ahead and lay up on a stretcher. Be as performative as you want to be, because it will not take away from the fact that you have ruined your people's lives. It will not take away from the fact that all your performative activism that you did during the election put your people in this place. Now they're hungry. Now they're about to be removed from their land. Over 53,000 are unalived and the count is going up. It will not remove the fact that you played a part in putting that man in office that is deporting people left and right and is letting Israel do whatever the fuck they want to that land. It will not negate the fact that you're a chicken shit and you won't admit your wrongdoing. And now you want to wipe your hands clean and do a performative ass going on a hunger strike. It won't erase that, Maya, as much as you would like to. And bitch, I came to your live. I tried to conversate with you, but you were scared. You wouldn't let me up. But you went on a live and said that you don't care anymore. And you're going to speak, and you're going to speak for Gaza. Nobody's going to run you away. I ain't trying to run you away, but I will hang your ass out to dry. I will hang you out to dry because of you, my people are in danger. And when you put my people in danger, bitch, you can catch every stray. Every stray. And I'm coming at you because you were the head one coming after mine. You were the head one coming after mine. Don't play stupid. And if you ever want to see me, we are in Atlanta. You can come see me. Or are you still being performative? Y'all go make sure y'all give Maya some water. And tell her hunger strike ain't doing shit, but making her hungry. That's it. It's just making her hungry. That is all. You're already tiny. I don't think you want to go anymore. I don't think you want to do anything else. And for all the Black people that are following her, talking about this lovely girl, y'all just as lost in the sauce. I ain't got nothing for y'all. Y'all that 8% that we don't fuck with, and there's always some of y'all that's out. But speaking of, strikes, Ukraine and Putin are still going at it. Putin refused to show up to the meeting with Zelensky. He refused to show up. He did not show up. He sent someone in place of him. And he said the reason he sent someone in place of him is because Russians have more chromosomes. So everybody's able to be in that area. Anybody can speak to Zelensky. I thought this war was supposed to be over. The former ambassador of Ukraine, Bridget Brink, said that she resigned under Trump's administration when it came to peace talks because it seems like we're making the person that our ally pay for everything, which is Ukraine. We're making Ukraine pay for everything. Everything, and it's not right. Ukraine is not the one that should be making deals and signing their rights away to their land for the sake of help from an ally. I want y'all to remember that we are the ally. The U.S. is the ally, but it don't seem like that because Frumpy's in love with Russia. Frumpy's in love with Putin. He says that they're supposed to have a conversation. They're supposed to talk. They are supposed to talk. I don't think that talk is going to do anything. That talk ain't going to do shit for nobody. That talk is just going to be a little conversation, and Putin is not stopping. Trump said, I'll be speaking by telephone to President Vladimir Putin of Russia on Monday, which is today at 10 a.m. The subjects of the call will be stop the bloodbath that is unaliving on average more than 5,000 Russians and Ukraine soldiers a week, and trade. And trade. And trade. Trade is the topic, sweetheart. That's the topic. It's trade. Okay. I will be speaking with President Zelensky of Ukraine and then with President Ukraine, various members of NATO. Hopefully it will be a productive day. A ceasefire will take place and the violent, you know what, will end. You supposed to end this the first week of your goddamn presidency. Didn't you say that shit on your election? Didn't you say that during your whole election campaign? This is going to be done the first week I'm in office. Now it's going to be the first 100 days. We're past 100 days, sir. All you've done is made Ukraine sign over their minerals for the next 10 years. I'm sorry, he said day one. My bad. My bad. And y'all believed him. And MAGA believed him. Y'all really thought that man was going to do something. Netflix is building a 903 million mega studio in New Jersey. So if you live in New Jersey, that studio is coming to y'all, and that may be jobs. That may be good jobs for y'all. Okay? On top of that, Verizon has dropped their DEI initiatives. Their diversity, equity, inclusion has been dropped so they could buy another company. Yes, in order for them to buy Frontier Communications, the Federal Trade Commission said they had to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion first. Cliff, what are my credentials? I have ADHD. I read too damn much. Those are my credentials. And I have a degree. You don't need to know in what. Those are my credentials. I read way too damn much. I care way too damn much. I have ADHD, so I retain a lot of fucking information very quickly. Most of this stuff I'm reading off my dome, and I read this shit this morning. Yeah, so if you're at Verizon, I think you need to start switching over. Lake Lanier has claimed another person. If you're from Atlanta, we know as black folks not to go near Lake Lanier. We know better than to go on that hole. But Lake Lanier has claimed another one, okay? And he does not look like me. Y'all gonna learn to stop fucking with our ancestors. They gonna claim y'all every time y'all ass get in that hole. Stop fucking with them, okay? Ancestors are doing some work. They are doing some work, okay? Rooted work. They are not playing. Speaking of that, let's make all of these pissed off. Sinners has passed 300 million. And they're looking at an Oscar nomination. They're looking at an Oscar nomination, baby. The first of its kind. Because when have you ever known a horror film to get an Oscar nod? They have surpassed 300 million. They have almost surpassed Avatar. A black movie written by a black man, produced by a black man, starring a black man, with every person being of multicultural status, because even Mary was mixed. Sorry. That was funny. I'm just, just a little happy. I'm a little giddy. I'm just a little giddy. I'm just a little giddy because we do sell, baby. We do sell. We definitely do sell. It's just great. That is just great. What's not great is Ohio Republicans are introducing a natural family bill that excludes LGBTQ and families. Um, the bill was introduced by State Representative Joss Will and Beth Lear. It doesn't define natural family, but you can already say it's heterosexual man and woman kind of situation. Um, they get a special month, a natural family month. Will also, I just, it's always the ones that don't have the goddamn sense that be coming up with these dumbass, that just don't make no sense. It really don't. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, here's something else that don't make any sense. The Trump administration has reversed Biden's ban on now allowing forced rest triggers for pew pews. Forced rest triggers for pew pews. So now a forced rest trigger is a device that increases the rate of fire from a semi-automatic by forcing the trigger to reset after each pew. Why do everyday Americans need that shit? Why? Why do everyday Americans need to have access to that? That is military shit. The only time you need that shit is when you're going to war. Nobody needs that on it. Nobody, no civilian needs that shit. No civilian, no police officer. I'm gonna make that. No civilian, no police officer needs that. SWAT, maybe. National Guard, okay. Military armed services, yes. But what does an everyday citizen need with this shit? I just need to know that everybody that look like me or that is a minority, go ahead and strap up. Because if and when martial law does take effect, you best believe they're already going to have that shit. They're already going to have it. They're already going to have it. It's already going to be set. It's already going to be there. It's already going to be there. I'm just being real, and I just want us to be prepared. Being real, and I want us to be prepared. Oh, Lord, I swear that's just stupid. That is stupid. That is stupid, 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 stupid. Speaking of stupid, Commerce Secretary, billionaire Harold Nucklett, I call him Nutlick. He says that AI robot factories will, with little workers and coal mining, will be coming to America. So all of these factories, Trump said, that would be giving people jobs and bringing jobs back to America, they're going to be ran by AI and robots. They're going to be run by robots. Y'all not getting to those places. Y'all not making no money. Y'all not being hired for shit. They're going to use AI and robots. That's it. In a recent interview, Sean Hannity, U.S. Commerce Secretary, and billionaire Howard Lucknett painted the future of American manufacturing that stands in stark contrast to Donald Trump's long-touted promise to bring back blue-collar jobs. Lucknett touted high-tech factory robots staffed with few actual workers, calling it the new face of the U.S. industry. Yet the vision he presented appears to leave traditional laborers behind, relying on AI and automation rather than real people. And I'm going to say this. If you don't know how to work AI, And you're not an engineer, not a mechanic, an engineer, baby. You got to have a degree. You're going to have a degree to get your ass in these goddamn factories. You're going to have to be educated in robotics, engineering, mechanical engineering. Y'all everyday people, y'all blue collar jobs, y'all not going to be working this shit. Y'all may help build the outside. Y'all may be building the structure. But inside, you're not going to be working shit. Those are going to be given to people with degrees. Those are going to be given to people who actually know how to work these type of machinery. These are going to be going, the blue collar jobs, blue collar for robots. No, y'all ain't going to be working none of that shit. Yes, baby, please. Y'all, you know what? I know why Trump ran Republican, because y'all are not as smart as y'all thought y'all was. Y'all are not smart. Replacing the machines that need only a handful of mechanics may still be needed, but for many, factory workers will be out in the cold. Factory workers will be out on the cold. Now, hey, y'all won't be working those factories. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. I do not know. I don't know what to tell y'all. That is just that's just the way the lay of the land. That's how it goes. Trump pushes for 20,000 National Guard troops to aid nationwide immigration crackdown. So it's not enough that he's getting 1/3 of the FBI to work with immigration. He's got police working with immigration. He's got the immigration people working for immigration. Now he wants to deploy National Guard to work in immigration. Now he wants to deploy National Guard to work in immigration. Are you fucking kidding me? The federal government is looking to have thousands of National Guard soldiers assist with deportation. The Department of Homeland Security has formally asked the Pentagon to deploy 20,000 National Guard troops to support the Trump administration's immigration enforcement to help carry out the President Trump's mandate from American people to arrest and deport criminal illegal aliens. A Pentagon official confirmed that the request, but said that the contents were still under review. Nothing in the proposal is in its early planning stages. According to the New York Times, the Pentagon lawyers are assessing the legality of involving the Guard in interior immigration enforcement. What remains unclear is whether the National Guard troops would be involved in arresting or limiting to logistics. State governors might need to approve the deployment unless Trump opts to federalize the Guard, a step last taken in 1992 during the Los Angeles riots. And y'all know what that was, Rodney King's riots. That's the last time they were deployed on U.S. soil like that. I don't know. I don't know. Now let's talk about some juicy shit. Cassie's done. She's done. She's no longer testifying. She got 10 million from Intercontinental. So she's got 30 million from Diddy and Intercontinental combined. Alex Fine toted a very, very loving letter to his wife. And he said that I didn't help her get through this shit. She got through it on her own. I was just there for support. Aubrey O'Day is not testifying. If y'all looking for her, she will not be there. Dawn is testifying. Dawn has testified. She testified everything that she put in her lawsuit, she put on that stand, okay? On top of that, right after Dawn testified, Diddy's people want to throw out her lawsuit. Diddy wants to throw out her lawsuit now, which I don't think is going to be able to happen because of the fact that, baby, she just solidified everything that was in that lawsuit on that stand, all right? On top of that, somebody paid people $20 an hour to stand on a sidewalk with free Diddy t-shirts. The dumbest shit I've ever seen. And if you actually took that $20, you dumb too. Don't make any sense. Why do we need to put on free Diddy t-shirts? They said it has something to do with his Bitcoin, but that still was dumb. Jesse and Delilah, they went to prom. They looked beautiful. Cassie's mother is testifying this week. I don't know what day, but she is up on the stand next, okay? She is up on the stand next. And I don't know. I've never seen Cassie's mother even speak about this shit. So we're going to see what she has to say. DDG is telling every company that has dropped him that once this Halle Bailey shit is over, he's gonna charge quadruple the amount. I'm sorry, but no judge is gonna give anybody full custody until y'all step in front of a judge in June and give you uh rights to the child, give you a full restraining order without you fucking up somewhere somehow. Okay, let's just be clear. Academics try to uh cut a video of Halle pushing around boys. He tried to make it seem like she was abusive, which she was not. And the internet clocked him on that shit. Also, DDG is in Kai Cenat's streaming university. Kai Cenat, he say he's playing middleman. He's not going to get into that shit. Drake and Amber Rose, the lost of our tribe, saying free Tory Lanez. I ain't got nothing to do with that. They're saying free Tory Lanez. Amber Rose posted the damn list for people to sign. I'm so sick of that bald headed. I'm so sick of that girl. And Drake just lost. Bow Wow saying free Chris. You better shut up. Megan's hoodoo is very strong. You better shut up, Bow Wow. Just stay out of it. I would stay out of it if I was you right now, okay? Because you may catch a stray. Stay out of that shit. Soldier Boy wants to go scrapping with DDG in the damn ring. Soldier Boy, you need to be worried about how you gonna pay that girl her money. You need to be worried about how you're going to pay that girl her money. And stop worrying about that. Offset tells Cardi B she need to be around her kids. Offset, maybe you should be around your kids and let her be happy with her man. Stefan is making her real happy. She in the streets. Okay, she's a mother of 3. Let her be. Okay, leave her alone. Let her be. Let her have her moment. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. I put a list of all the black shows that are coming back. I'm gonna tell you right now, Netflix, you fuck up, it's a different world. You fuck up, it's a different world for us, we're gonna have a problem. Actually, I don't even think y'all should be doing a sequel to It's a Different World. It makes no sense. Leave that classic alone. Leave it alone. Leave it where it belongs. Okay. We don't need no extra help. I'm watching It's a Different World right now, and yes, I watch it from season 1. I know y'all talk about starting at season 2, but I love Lisa Bonet. I'm starting at season 1. She would have still been there if Bill Cosby didn't got mad at her for getting pregnant. Okay, it is what it is. I watch it from season 1. I'm a true It's a Different World kind of girl. It is what it is. All right, people. That is all I have for you for today. If you have not gone and seen my video, please like, comment, and share it. Oh, TikTok is changing its shit tomorrow. Okay, I want y'all to be prepared for this. TikTok is changing their creator fund stipulations. You cannot beg for money anymore. You cannot do beg. You can't ask people to please stay and watch your video. That cannot happen anymore. Okay, clickbait will no longer be working anymore. The green screen, they won't be able to let you do that shit either. Okay. Yes, they're changing. That's why everybody's views have been super low. When have y'all ever seen my views this goddamn low? They're switching up everything. I really do think Meta bought this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I really do think Meta bought it, but we shall see because we've got less than a month left of TikTok. So pay attention to the algorithm and how it moves because it's moving differently. It's definitely moving differently. I don't know what that means for a lot of us, but please follow me on TikTok and IG. I mean, in YouTube. I'm on YouTube and I'm on IG. If things get rougher here, I will be moving over there. Okay. It's Talk Your Shit Nene. That's just what it is. I am still working on my shirts. I'm getting those out as soon as possible. I just need to find me a vendor. I'm working on that as well so I can get y'all these shirts that y'all want. So I can get y'all these shirts that want. And I'm going to show y'all what they look like again. Give me 1 second. That way you guys can actually see what they look like. Y'all won't be able to see them on this side, but you'll be able to see them over here. I'm just going to show you the one that I'm really going to be pushing for. The one that I'll be dropping before anything else. Let me find it. In fact, I can just go here. Download. Here we go. Boop. So this is the shirt I will be pushing first. This is the shirt I'll be pushing first. That's, y'all know that's my motto. That's what I say. This is our first shirt that will be dropping. I'm putting all of my sayings on shirts, but I want to make sure it's right. I want to make sure it's perfect. I'm not showing it anymore because I know people like to steal shit. But yeah, that is one of the shirts I'm dropping. Let me remove it. Remove the freaking background, dude. Okay. That's the first shirt I'll be dropping. And the men, I get one from, yeah, you can get one for your wife. Don't worry, I got something for the guys too. But this one is just one for the women. This is for us. Okay. I'll be dropping that soon. I'm not a person that just drops shit just to drop shit. Okay. I want to drop it and I want to make a statement. I've got a lot of sayings that are going to come out, but I want this to be nice. I want the design to be good. I want the shirt to be good. I don't want people saying, what the fuck is this? Okay. Because my name is on it. So I have to drop something that actually looks good. All right. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Okay. Bye, peoples. Be good. Boop. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I need to eat something. I can't. Okay, in now. Bye, YouTube land. Be good. Have a great day.